10 years ago, I came to a realization, one that changed the way I think about myself, my choices, and even how I talk to the people I love. It was all because of one word: should. If you've ever caught yourself thinking things like, I should be doing more, or I should know better, or maybe even felt that quiet nag in the back of your mind that just reminds you of all of those things you haven't done yet, then maybe you know what I'm talking about. But here's the thing. I didn't realize just how much should was running my life. Because it's subtle. It sounds productive, even helpful. Like, I should get up earlier, or I should email them back. But the truth was, should wasn't pushing me forward. It was actually dragging me down and making me constantly feel like I was falling short of some invisible standard. So today, I want to share with you what I've learned, including a simple technique to turn should into clarity and freedom. If should has been holding you back, this could be the key to letting it all go. Let me tell you how it all started. Over a decade ago, I said to a friend, "Hey, you should totally try this." Without skipping a beat, he looked at me and he said, "I absolutely should not. I don't have to do anything." And it was a really small moment in our conversation, but something about the way that he said it really stuck with me. It wasn't harsh, it was just really matter of fact, it was boundaried, but it made me think. What was I really saying when I used the word should? Was it advice? Judgment? Expectation? That conversation changed something in me. From that day forward, I decided to stop saying should to other people. It felt really small at first, but over time, I realized how much better my conversations became. They were less about projecting my own expectations and much more just about genuinely connecting with the other person. But what really changed my life was when I turned that inward. Here is a powerful unlock for you about should. Should is never just one thing. Behind every should, there are usually two wants that are in opposition with each other. Stay with me here. Let me give you an example. You think, I shouldn't eat ice cream. Let's break that down. On the one side, you want ice cream because it's delicious, it's comforting. On the other, you want to eat healthy because you know it makes you feel better in the long term. So in this case, it's actually not about whether ice cream is good or bad. It's really more about recognizing those two wants and then asking, is there a way that I could honor both of these? Maybe it's having a small portion. Maybe it's enjoying it fully and mindfully without guilt, and then choosing something healthier next time. This reframing helped me realize that should was rarely useful. It's more of a placeholder for inner conflict, a way of avoiding the real question of, what is it that I actually want? Letting go of should hasn't been easy, because it's everywhere. It's in the way we talk to ourselves, in the way we talk to others. It's even in the way we were raised. It's not a bad word, it's just a really indirect word. Here's a way to take this a step further. Look for where it shows up in your relationships. I'll give you an example. My dad used to say things like, you should eat more protein, or you should start doing this. I knew he meant well. He wanted the best for me. But every time, it felt like more pressure, like I was being told I wasn't doing enough. One day, I said to him, "Hey Dad, I noticed you say you should do XYZ more frequently. I think you're saying these things because you care about me, but when you say should, it makes me feel like I'm failing and just adds pressure. Can you not use that word?" And he listened. Now, instead of saying should, he'll say, "Oh, have you thought about this?" Or, "I think you'd really like this." And those small changes have made such a big difference. They turn the conversation from pressure into partnership. Here's what I've learned. Should doesn't move us forward. It keeps us stuck. It has this way of creating pressure and resistance and making us feel like we're constantly falling short. But here's the shift. When we replace should with curiosity, asking ourselves, what do I want? Or what feels right for me? Something powerful happens. Suddenly, the weight shifts, and we're free to explore choices that actually work for us. Now, my neighbor, I invite you. For 1 week, stop using the word should with yourself. Every time a should happens, try instead asking the question of, what do I want? Or what feels true for me right now? If you're not sure, then you can try asking, what two things do I want that are in opposition with each other? And is there a way that I can honor both of these things? For me, this practice has been transformative. I feel lighter, freer, and way more in tune with what I really value. And the best part about this experiment is that it's not about perfection. It's just about noticing when the word comes up and then making a small shift. At the end of the day, the way that we talk to ourselves matters. Should is just a word, but it carries a lot of weight. And when we let it go, we make space for clarity, for choice, and for living a life that feels way more aligned with who we are. So tell me, what is one should you're ready to let go of? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm Kristen. Thanks for joining me. If this resonates with you, please subscribe. Take care, and remember, you don't should do anything. You choose.